when it was like, hey, AFC or NFC, I was like, well, Mike, go ahead and take the AFC. If the Patriots go, bam, you got home field advantage. You know that team like the back of your hand.
Right.
So it was easy to settle.
Yeah.
Like right then and there. You just take the AFC. So whoever comes out of each conference, that's who we're getting. So fast forward to last week, came back, hey, Michael Smith, we know that you have been on the Bengals. Do you want to switch? I was like, no. Michael should have to cover the Bengals.
I'm excited.
Michael should have to get to know the team.
I was trying
that he never took seriously.
I was trying to be gracious. I think
it's poetic justice.
I was trying to be gracious because you were one of the few people nationally. Now, obviously, there are Bengals fans, people in that area. You always think your team has a chance to win the Super Bowl. You always, yeah. Joe Burrow can do this, and Joe Mixon and Jamar Chase and everything. Zach, we turned it around. But nationally, a lot of people really didn't believe in the Bengals, and you were one of the few. So I thought, since you had the foresight to pick the Bengals, you picked the Bengals over the Raiders. Long before Tennessee, you said, okay, they're going into Tennessee and they're going to win. You picked them over Kansas City. Yeah. Far as I know, not that I'm going to put you on the spot, far as I know, you're picking the Bengals to win the Super Bowl.
We got all week to discuss.
Okay, but I think I can see that twinkle in your eye. Yeah, you're going to pick the Bengals to win the Super Bowl, so why wouldn't you want to spend a little extra time with my guys? See, when it came down to it, I believe in them at the right time. So just like, you didn't pick the Rams in the NFC Championship game. When it came to the moment of truth, you went with the Niners. And here it is. It's the moment of truth. This is your moment. You see how I'm turning this?
I'm trying to keep up.
I'm turning this whole thing around.
Yeah.
So we like the Ohioans. Joe Burrow, good Ohio guy.
I'm glad you're embracing this opportunity.
Von Bell, shout out Von Bell.
I'm glad you're embracing
safety, getting it done. The whole defense. You got a lot of guys on defense who really
that you just got familiar with in the last few days.
Isaiah Prince, took last year off, opted out. When he got to the Bengals, Mike, they claimed him off waivers.
This is great.
They claimed him off waivers. He's there for 4 weeks. He never played for the Bengals.
This is why I gave you the Bengals.
Then he opted out.
This is why I gave you the Bengals.
Then he opted out. He didn't know what was going to happen in 21.
Yeah.
He came in and took over that right tackle job. They've done a good job. Only gave up 1 sack in the AFC Championship.
Save this for Sunday. But I'm happy you're embracing.
I am. I'm excited.
The Bengals.
I hope they talk to me. Think they'll talk to me?
I think they will.
Okay, good.
Because I'd be shocked if they actually knew who either of us is and what we've been saying.
Like what? Who?
I know. I don't think I'm ever going to pay for chili in Cincinnati again. I'll tell you that much. But all jokes aside, never all jokes aside with us. But you're really speaking to something. I'm torn because I'm obviously rooting for both teams because this is my Super Bowl.
This is your Super Bowl.
This is my
Super Bowl.
Is. So, but I don't know who I'm picking. And people have asked me since we've had a whole week, since the matchup has been set. People have been asking me, who you like? I'm struggling because I love both stories so much. Yeah. I love both these teams so much. I have a hard time picking against Joe Burrow. I feel the same reluctance about picking against Burrow as I have for so long picking against Tom Brady, quite honestly. Dude is just made for moments like this. Zach Taylor talked about it this morning. On the flip side, it's like that Rams pass rush, like the Bengals haven't seen a pass rush this postseason like the Rams possess.
But
okay. Rams are, for all intents and purposes, at home. I know technically they're a visiting team, but they're at home. They're routine. Everything is familiar this week to them. They got guys that have been on this stage before, but then again,
but not that many though.
Not that many, but then again, the Bengals got guys that all they know how to do is win.
Right.
So I need some more time before I can pick a team. I think everybody who listens and watches and consumes this here program knows that I have been on both these bandwagons simultaneously all season. But in terms of who I picked to win this game, I gotta put some more thought into it.
All right, this will not surprise you. When I'm about to say,
don't make your pick now, though.
I'm not gonna. No. We got all week. We're gonna be here all week, hanging out here. And right now, this is how it generally goes. We didn't mention this to folks who aren't familiar with the Radio Row vibe, the progression.
Yeah, should we explain what this is behind us?
A radio row. So everybody's around us, and you look around.
We're in the
TV
West Hall of the
stations,
convention center.
Radio stations, podcasts, everybody, people just doing their thing.
Right. So Sirius is over there. CBS is over there. Yeah.
And so on Monday, it's kind of slow. It's like a slow build. Tuesday, a little bit more. Then, like, when you get to Wednesday or Thursday, it's really humming in here. It's like a buzz. So right now, you can hear individual conversations from other radio stations around. We got Boston nearby. My folks from Boston talking about Deflategate. We'll get to that. One of my favorite topics ever. But we can hear their conversations. Later in the week, we won't be able to. But here's a surprise for you. Not surprised. I don't really understand how the Bengals are doing it. I don't understand how the Bengals are doing it because by all accounts, they shouldn't be able to do it. Your quarterback is sacked 51 times in the regular season.
Yep.
The quarterback is sacked 9 times in a divisional playoff game.
Yeah.
Everybody talks about that offensive line, and it's not just us. It's not a national story. Like, people get convenient, amnesia. When your team starts to win, you overlook a lot of flaws, and you say, oh, yeah, you guys didn't believe in us. Well, if you're a Bengals fan, you probably have been looking at that offensive line since before the draft and say, oh, what are we going to do about this?
Yeah.
Joe Burrow got hurt because the offensive line wasn't great. And now he's sacked again. He's been sacked a lot. They're kind of looking over that offensive line. A team with flaws like this is not supposed to be able to advance, but they just keep doing it. They're not supposed to be able to, come back from an 18-point deficit in the AFC Championship game. They keep doing it.
These last 2 games have been there. It's hard to look at the totality of the Bengals season. Yeah. I mean, we were laughing last night about, remember the Mike White era? Yeah, it was against the Bengals. That one game was against the Bengals.
Mike White.
They lost to the Browns, lost to the Chargers.
Got stomped by the Browns.
They turned it on toward the end. The proverbial, the cliche got hot at the right time. But even if you go into these playoff games, that touchdown shouldn't have counted against the Raiders. But then against the Titans, man, and you just look at win, win, win. You don't really think about the particulars of it as much the farther you get removed from it. But a deflection and a Logan Wilson interception and then an amazing throw from Burrow to Chase sets up Mr. Evan Vinatieri, Mr. Automatic in the postseason. And so the Titans game could have gone either way. We know what they came back to do against the Chiefs. And we were talking about it last night. I mean, the Chiefs had forget about the end of the half, which would have put it away, or you even did the math. Let's say they get a field goal at the end of the half.
Now you're 24-10.
Get the ball to start the second half.
And get another field goal.
I mean,
you got 27-10, but at least.
But the end of the game, the Chiefs mismanaged the end of the game as though Patrick Mahomes were on the other side. Like, they were trying to milk the clock. They got cute at the end. They had first and goal at the 5.
Yeah.
Bengals burning their timeouts.
Had every situation in their favor. So I kept going backwards.
I understand how the Bengals have done it. They have incredible poised quarterback play, efficient quarterback play, in spite of the protection issues. But the more Zach Taylor can just get the ball out of Joe Burrow's hands. And he did that more so against the Chiefs than he did against the Titans when they took a lot of long developing shots down the field, passes down the field. They got really good balance. I think this could be a Joe Mixon game. Not to get too far ahead of the matchup, but I mean, the Rams can be run on. And Joe Mixon, this could be a game to feature him if you're Cincinnati. And defensively, and you'll come to learn this week through your research.
Here it is.
As you spend time around the Bengals.
Yes.
They got a really good opportunistic defense.
They do.
I'm not going to call them a bend but not break defense. They're better than that. They're not a defense that's just complementing a high-powered offense. That's a defense that has kept them in and won games. And you definitely saw it this postseason with the way they're turning the ball over and frustrating teams in the red area. So they're more of a complete team and a tougher team. That's what I was telling you against Tennessee.
Yeah, they're tough. They're tough. They are tough.
Physically and mentally tough.
And here's something both of us need to hear. Don't overthink it.
Yeah.
All right, don't overthink it. So the Bengals, how about the stat? The Bengals I'll say the Chiefs, at the height of their leads against the Bengals in 2 games, they were up 42-10. And they lost both of those games.
Wow.
At the height of their lead.
Adding up their lead, yeah.
21-3
Yeah.
In the AFC Championship game, 21-7 in Cincinnati, 42-10, and they lose both of those games. So
when
maybe
you put it like that,
I mean, think about it. It shouldn't happen, but don't overthink it. I would much rather have a playmaking defense than a top-rated defense that doesn't come up with big plays. So they got a lot of playmakers on that defense. Hey, thanks for watching Brother from Another on YouTube. Make sure you hit subscribe before you leave, and be sure to watch us 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Peacock. Appreciate you.